Come and get started on a new mission, a new direction, a new intention. Welcome to 5.8G Alive at Connections 50 Plus. I am Terry-Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, catering to all your prospects in the third act of life.
Economic well-being, social gratification, personal fulfillment.
Join us on Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Connections 50 Plus Facebook page, YouTube channel,
and on Gael the Caribbean. Good evening and welcome to 5.8G Alive, brought to you by Connections 50 Plus. I am Terry-Ann Joseph Brathwaite, one of the co-creators of Connections 50 Plus, and with me as usual, my friend.
Hi everyone, good evening. And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, the other co-creator of Connections 50 Plus. Welcome.
Yes, welcome to the month of June. And Jennifer, we did our activity. Oh my God, road trip to CHAGUARAMAS.
It was fantastic. Really, really beautiful. Yeah.
Yes. No, there were 42 happy connectors going down there. We started at the fish fry with breakfast. Thank you, Stacey Perez at Candy Crush. Everybody really enjoyed. And Jennifer, the Carnage fish fry. You know, when you walk along the boardwalk, it was so comfortable. It was so convenient.
That was my first time. Would you believe that was my first time down there? I was really, really surprised of the whole setup. It is really, really beautiful. You know, that open space and the sea breeze just coming through. Yeah, love it.
So yeah, we encourage you all to head down to the fish fry. I think they always have someone open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and their activities. And what I thought was interesting, I went there on Sunday and a group was having a public meeting there. You know, so it's a great community space to do meet and greets and things like that. And I'm sure because it's a state facility, it won't cost a lot. So, you know, the experience at the fish fry, I think, was a wonderful way for us to start our CHAGUARAMAS road trip. Breakfast was great. Everyone was satisfied and they got their hot drinks and so on. And I think we went off to a great start, you know. And then, Jennifer, I know we headed to the Arboretum, and that would have been your first time there. What was your impression driving into there?
Well, I'm very familiar with the CHAGUARAMAS area, going down to Macquarie, making that walk, you know, the different things like that. But I have never been, you know, off the track like that, because it took what, about
20 minutes.
As much as that. I love, well, you know, I just love nature, Terry-Ann. Oh, wow. For me, it was wow. And the weather was just right. Because, of course, we were expecting some showers, and the shower rain may have fell.
It's rainy season.
But I love it because it wasn't sunny. It was just, to me, right, overcast. But that's what I needed. It's like, you know, you're driving through a forested area, and that's me, with all the trees, and it's cool, and I enjoyed it. Actually, I'm thinking of, this will happen, I'll just arrange it, to do an early morning walk from the start, right through. Might reach to the top, and I know they have several trails, because we did one. Beautiful. I loved it. I love the area. You know, you get up there and it is just, you know, the scenery, the pool area, big. You know, they set that up, the huts, everything. I had no complaint. Actually, I could go back. I could keep going back, because to me, that is such a peaceful space away. You know what you're hearing there would be the birds, the trees
The birds and
around
the
the
monkeys.
park. Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. And then doing that trail, I mean, Terry, and I was in my element. You know, and of course, all our guests who were there with us, the tribe, I don't think, you know, the responses were fantastic. So for me, that was a beautiful, beautiful day.
No,
Yeah.
I think it is. And you know, people may not understand what it is, but what the main feature of the Arboretum is not only it's a nature, it's within the Chaguaramas Nature Park, but it's a curated park. And I think it is the Covine River. One of the springs coming
Yes.
out of the Covine River has been harnessed and captured into two pools, one of them 5 feet, one of them 4 feet deep. And so you have the cool, crisp river water flowing through continually. And that was just so refreshing. And you have a canopy of bamboos above you. So whether the sun hot, the sun cool, you are having a great, 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 great time. And it was really, really, really relaxing. Really, really relaxing. And I think what was excellent about this trip this time is that many of our participants were solo guests, meaning they came on their own. Hello, we have this thing about I ain't going unless I know somebody. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel so proud of our Connections 50 Plus tribe that takes up and goes where they want to go. So that means that there were so many new friends met and engaged and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Absolutely fantastic and delicious. And you know, people were able to play games, the warm-up exercises, meeting one another, talking to get cards, you do whatever it is. I think that was great. The Arboretum
You
is
didn't want a
amazing.
more wonderful day than
Yeah.
that, you know? Terry, and we reached actually in our walk through the trail, we reached to that point with that design with the Covine, from the
Riverboat.
Covine River.
Yeah. Mhm.
But we didn't go through the entire thing, you know. And next time, of course, because you have to plan that. It
That's
takes
a hike.
time.
That's a hike.
Yeah,
That's a hike.
right.
And
Yes,
not an easy hike.
time. But
Yes.
at least we reached to the top,
Mm,
you
mm.
know, there.
Nice.
It's, you know, and you look around and everything was just lush, of course, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No. And then at the end, I mean, for the people who you call the adventurous set, but I don't say we are adventurous. We just like to do something different. I want to say a special, special, special hello to Christian Hinkson and his team at the Warrior Haven. That exceeded my every expectation. And I want to apologize to our connection crew because we ourselves did not do justice in describing what they presented. I mean, Jennifer, they had a yoga specialist, a massage specialist available with 10. So we had people getting massages. We had two people with knee replacement surgery, and that was Thursday. They got massages. Up to Sunday, they're telling me the knee still released and
Yeah.
relaxed and cool. Um, and the yoga person was there for stretching and for there were about 10 yoga mats placed. And oh my goodness, the axe throwing, the knife throwing, and the star throwing. We had people who we had to say, Audra, I'm talking to you. Yes, throw knife in the night. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. You know, you would listen to it and think, nothing to that or whatever. And the instructors were so good, and the archery, I mean, their patience, and it was so easy. I got two bullseyes. And it was just so, so,
It
so.
was great, Terry, and that they prepared for us,
They
eh? They
prepared,
prepared for
yes.
our, yeah.
Yeah, and then they had the thing with the samurai swords and so on. It really, really was great. And I know that I will be willing to plan another day at the Arboretum and the Warrior Haven. And even as they say, to talk about the nature walks and things like that. No, I think, and I think for everybody who participated, they all thought they knew Chaguaramas and what Chaguaramas had to offer, but was so pleasantly surprised by not only the facilities at the fish fry and Stacey Perez and serving us our lunch and breakfast, but also just the facilities at the Arboretum and the Warrior Haven and the Nature Trail Walk. It really was something different that allowed us to really have a great day.
Yeah, and whatever was your interest, could have done it. So
Yeah,
for those
yeah,
who want to spend the day in the pool, it was lovely for them. Those who just want to play cards, walk around, go on the trail, whatever, everything, you know, was well, I mean, organized. You just felt relaxed. If you
yeah,
just, well, no one just sat, or everyone did something. They participated in the different activities, and that
yeah,
was so good.
yeah. So no, we really had. I think the sixth anniversary, it was great. It was great, and the comments. Thank you very much. We've had so many very positive comments about the day, and our dear, dear friend Cheryl Ward came in from Barbados to be with us. Y'all would remember Cheryl as a participant, and Cheryl decided, no, I'm in the Caribbean. I'm not missing this opportunity to miss the tribe. So, Cheryl, we are so happy to have you there. And wow, that was fantastic. That was fantastic.
Yes.
We have to plan a trip to Barbados. Everybody to go by Cheryl and me. So no, our road trip was excellent, and we want to thank everybody for participating, being there. And I don't think I missed out any aspect of it that we had. It really was great.
So, as you said, that each event that we do is really a different experience for people. And what I love too for this event, we had, I mean, we always do, but this time to me, we had more people there who came to our event for the first time,
Yeah, yeah,
you know? And they were like, wow, how come we should have come to the ones before? And, so that was great for me too, to see that, we had so many and they came and felt the experience was fantastic. The warmth, everybody was so friendly, so cool, so relaxed. So
yeah,
yeah.
definitely, definitely. So there was one thing that we did, and I want as we were talking about the chaguaramas, we launched. We mentioned it briefly at our last show when we talked about our connectors. And this is something that both of us, Jennifer, are very passionate about. This is a
Yeah.
digital framework. Most of you are looking at us on YouTube, on Facebook, or Gael in the afternoon. And yes, you may drop a comment online. And yes, we feel as though we absolutely know each other. But the world is real, and we've got one of the reasons that we really love to do these activities is to allow us to meet up face to face and to
Mhm.
chat, laugh, touch, connect. But one of the things that we know also is that we can only organize what, one or two events a quarter, huh?
Yeah.
It takes a lot. And we have been thinking that, and this is what we ask people who are at the event on Thursday to select two or three or one persons and make a decision there and then. You are my best friend. You are my friend. And from
Yeah.
now, get the connect, get the numbers, get the names and everything, and then work on developing that friendship. So we had lots of number exchanges and so on. So we are saying, but Jennifer, we have a big audience. Otherwise, who was interested? Is 42 of us. So we have decided to bring everybody into the connector space. So Jennifer, what is the issue that we are trying to resolve with connectors?
For me, and I'm saying the issue or even the challenge, what we like to achieve is that for me, I found that, and it is, I want to agree with the statement that we are very secretive. Sometimes we like to, we could be loners, you know, and but yet still in chatting with people, you hear them so, whoosh boy, it was so nice to come out. It's so nice to meet new people, but yet still they're not taking action. They're not doing anything to make it happen. So we thought it would be nice because when we get together, everybody happy, but let us encourage, we want to encourage people, encourage our tribe to step out a little more, to take that action, to reach out to others, reach out to each other. Because the thing about it, Terry-Ann, when we all get together, everybody happy and greeting, and even if you never met someone, it's a hug and a kiss, and everybody happy, you know. So we know if you reach out to each other, that yes, it can be it'll be nice. You're building a friendship. You're building friendship, and with these connectors, we just tightening up a bit, you know, encouraging our tribe to get closer and you know, make new friends, commit to just doing things differently. And when I say things differently, instead of sitting down saying that I like to go to a show or I want to do this, so my hobby is X, but I have nobody to go along with me, we are encouraging our tribe, you know, to reach out to each other. And how we facilitating that? This is by first, we name this activity, we name it connectors. So it's a part of connection. You're coming from the connection tribe. And you're reaching out to persons, because especially when you join us on an event and you're having such a good time, we chat a lot. So actually, for our icebreaker, we had throw the ball to somebody you don't know, and that person will say, you ask them a question and they answer. And many times you'll hear people mentioning same interests, you know? They like the water, they want to swim, they like to hike, and you're sharing, and they have a family, and they share what they like to do. And then sharing, I'm saying, oh, good. So this person like me, they like nature. And we encourage you, take a number, take their number, their name, the number. And you chat with them. You give them a call. So you're not waiting on us to facilitate a small event or to facilitate things that you want to do, because what you would want to do, we may not want to do it. But we encourage you to reach out. And Terry-Ann was great, because when you mentioned it, everyone, every single, how many were there? Everybody was interested, the excitement. Our thing though, hey, is to get you all started. Let's start. Let's get the ball rolling. Lots of things coming up. I was mentioning to Terry-Ann, the Tobago Jazz coming up. I love outdoor, right? So I going back down there. And I will reach out to those who want to just maybe Sunday morning or Saturday morning or during the week, because those of us who are not working. And you hire, they have the guys down there, and you hire the guide, and they take you on a trip. So yeah, so it's all about the connectors, all about reaching out to each other. It don't have to be facilitated by us, it's by you. But we are creating, we have the platform already. We have the safe space.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we have the tribe and everybody interested. So it's to pick up that phone, put it out there, even if you put it out there, see who's going to be interested to come along with you. And that's basically, what we're looking at.
Yeah. Because I was looking at some things the other day, some podcasts. I usually look at my podcasts and so on. And everybody is very concerned now with the rapid development of artificial intelligence and the development of this thing called an AI agent. And an AI agent is something, now these are all programs. I've decided I'm not personalizing them and giving them names or anything like that. It's a computer program that you don't need a code or anything. You just need to say, and on your phone, you turn on the mic and you say to the AI agent, this is what I want. And that AI agent goes to the internet and whips up a way for you to get whatever you want. If it is a meal delivered to you, if it is whatever it is, if it's start a business, if it's whatever it is. But that's not the important thing. What the discussion pointed out is that there are few people who are harnessing AI and becoming billionaires. And there are many people that are sitting down talking to phones and computers and becoming reclusive consumers. And they are losing the human connectivity. They are getting things done. Life is continuing. And there is less and less need for human interaction. Everybody could get everything that they want. And you could go through the whole week, have everything that you need organized for you, but you've not spoken to a soul. You've not left your house. You can get your exercise program delivered to you. You can get everything delivered. But parallel to that, and we had a show about this before, across the world, not only in the US, there is a loneliness epidemic. We know in the Caribbean, in Trinidad, the challenge is that the children have gone, the grandchildren and children have migrated. If they've not migrated, their lives are so busy that they don't have the time for coming and doing stuff with us. Grandchildren, you probably have a 3-year window where you can control them. And even then, we for ourselves, our dear friends have passed. The tenuous relationship we had with the work colleagues flittering away. And we are faced with the challenge of, I have to get a new network. I have to develop a new tribe. But those skills of how do I make friends? How do I begin the process of hooking up with another group? And once we say that, everybody gets into a thing. Some women believe that I have no body, meaning that you had to have a man, it has to be a date. Some men sitting down and saying, oh gosh, we don't know what is the problem, whether it is the prostate or the what, I can't go out there. And at the end of the day, everybody are at home talking to computers and exacerbating this loneliness epidemic, which is going to kill us prematurely. And what we are saying is we have to now extend our connections tribe, and our connectors is one. But before we do that, Jennifer, you are looking at some interesting material about friendship. How about sharing that at this point?
Yeah, you just said it, and let me start with that. and then, hard to make friends. For me, the longer we stay inside, I mean, you're talking about AI and agent and most people stuck behind the computers and things. But Terry and I have found those I know within our cohort, many ain't even behind any computers, They may have their phones.
And the phone.
Yeah, but some of them not even
it's digital.
They just stuck home, not even because they're getting frustrated with their phones, because they have to know how to navigate, to get certain programs, etc., etc. So it is really worrisome, and I believe, I haven't looked at the statistics, but I believe we are, in terms of numbers, we are the biggest group of persons who experiencing that loneliness. Let me put it that way. As I say, I'm saying this without any statistics. And the reasons given normally is because of the mobility and all that. And let me put a plug. I mean, I know we're talking about friendship here, but for mobility, hey, we had our tribe coming out with just walking sticks and things, and everybody had a great time. But yes, going back to being lonely, being home on the complaints, it's hard to make friends. And this part to say, under how, in some minds where they may think it's hard to make friends, you see, stay in touch with people who you would wish to connect with. And I'm coming back to our tribe there at the event, that we had people they didn't know, and they connected, and we encouraged them to take a number. So what I'm encouraging now is, even for those, when you go out and you meet a new friend, take a number, ask them for their number, and beyond that, give them a call. Don't just take the number. I come from sales, so we used to give a long time the call cards. And when you get a call card, you might just take it and stick it somewhere because they're not calling you. This is different. You're building friendship. So making a new friends, ask them for a number. Take their number and actually say, well, I'm going to give you a call. And I'm telling you, I'm sure when that person get that call from you, they're going to be so happy, So again, reconnect with old friends. So think of the, persons you like before you're working, and you just enjoy being with that person. You like chatting with them. Get a number. It don't mean that they have to be retired, It don't have to be your age group. It could be somebody younger. Not a problem with that. So you reach out, you have your neighbors. Some of us, today I was chatting with someone who said, some conversation went, and I said, what about your neighbors? She said, my neighbors I don't even know. You understand? So yes, we have situations where we don't even know our neighbors. And it's not that we're in an estate that they never live far from us. They're not far. Greet your neighbors. Nothing wrong with saying, okay, find out who your neighbor and say, you call and say, we haven't had chance to meet. Let's meet, let's get together, or organize a little neighborhood line. For Christmas, my neighbor moved in not too long ago, and she felt that she didn't know her neighbors. She organized a meet and greet Christmas morning, so we can do things like that. Again, we talk about volunteering. These are things, Terry, and we chat about a lot before. Volunteer, get out, join a group, do something, and we talk about I'm talking about making new friends, not being afraid to make new friends. We tend, someone introduce you and you say, hi, how are you? And you walk away. You tend not to get back to that person, even if you're in a group, to go back to them, you can do that. Start the conversation, and it's important to listen. Because some of us just maybe just talking and not listening. Sometimes, not sometimes, all the time. We should really stop and listen to the other person, right? It makes them more comfortable and let them know that you're interested in them, you know, in what they do. I want to say what happens like that when you make new friends. You build confidence, the self-esteem, you get that social connection. So the joys of friendship actually, you celebrate the good times. So it may be some occasion that you want to celebrate. It don't necessarily have to be a birthday. Celebrate life. Celebrate life. You know? You get good support by celebrating, by calling a friend and sharing certain, you know, information or letting them say, let's go by the beach, let's go for a walk, come over for a cup of tea. You're giving support. You're reaching out. So it's raise that sense of connections. That's why we call ourselves Connections 50 Plus, and we have the connectors. It gives you that sense of belonging and purpose. And Terrian, definitely, we belong to a tribe. We have purpose. We out there giving support to each other. It boosts your happiness. Let me everybody there until you are happy, real happy. You know, you also feeling of self-worth. What I like there is that we all got involved in the activities we liked. Those who were playing cards, having fun playing cards. We did different trivia type of games. Those who walk, we were just laughing. It was just everybody coming together to be happy. We saw no sad faces at all. You know, when you're leaving and you're waving goodbye and hugging and kissing, and what a great time they have. And here where the last point I want to make from this is it lowered that risk of health problems. I really feel it helped with depression. You forget any, I mean, I'm seeing depression, high blood pressure, my pressure being low and everything going nice. And when I come out of the area, coming home, the traffic was heavy. And for me to keep I felt like my pressure rising with the traffic, Terrian. And guess what? I changed my whole thinking again. And I started to recall the great time I was having down there. And I would say, what you all having again? So I started to think of, okay, what we could have again, and the event. So it really helps reduce the stress, just the memories. And basically that's it in a nutshell about just building a tribe, being a connector.
Yeah.
You know, and just taking action.
Yeah. You know, and so we are launching connectors. And Jennifer talked about reach out to your neighbors and stuff like that. But Jennifer, I think sometimes you forget that you are a salesperson at heart. And it's very easy for Jennifer to walk up to a stranger and introduce herself and make a friend. But I know that is not second nature for most people. Most people would first want to be part of a common group, a common circle, and they may feel more comfortable approaching a person in what I would call a vetted group. All right?
Yeah.
So this is what we are going to do, and this is our idea. We have a WhatsApp group, and that group has, well, we know we have people who watch the show digitally. We have people on the WhatsApp group, and then we have people who come to our events. And then, of course, there are intersectors. WhatsApp people who come to events, look at the show people who come to events. So we are saying that our WhatsApp group is our base. So if you are interested in 50 plus connectors and having access to a group of people that you may have met at an event, then to be able to connect, you have to join our WhatsApp group. And you will see the link on the screen, the QR code for you to join the group, or just send Jennifer or myself a message. I want to join the WhatsApp group, and we'll put you in. Okay? So first step to being a connector is you have to be in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So imagine that's your neighborhood. You're already introduced, because once you're in the group, you just say, hi, I am Terry Ann. I'm a retiree, and these are the things that I like. And after that, you don't have to say a thing if you don't want to. But if, for instance, there is something that you want to do, okay, Jennifer is interested in Tobago jazz. There is a movie going on that I want to go and see. I feel like going to the botanical gardens or to a park or to Cleaver Woods. I feel like taking a drive to a beach, but I have nobody to go with. There is a comedy show going on. Your church has a special preacher or pastor talking, Pentecost is coming, and they told me to, and I feel like inviting one of my connections people to share in this faith activity that I have. Or I really didn't feel well. I went to the doctor, and I just feel like having somebody to talk to, or somebody to just go out and, or if you're living around me, let's just go buy a snow cone or buy an ice cream, meet in the mall, buy an ice cream, and come back home. Whatever the reason. Being part of the group, all you do is tap in, hey, Jan is here, and I am in the Hoover area thinking of attending the show in Naparima Bowl on Sunday afternoon. Who else is interested? Just direct message me and let's form a group and let's go. And what's even better, we have access to the names of reliable transport people, from 7-seater cars from regular cars to 7-seater cars to 14-seater maxis to 25-seater maxis. So you can, once you say in your WhatsApp group, this is what you want to go, somebody sees it, they say, but wait, that sounding good. I am that. So you private message the person, and you all, you got past the going and introduce yourself to a stranger, because all of you are part of connections. And you have your part of the tribe. You go and have your fun. And also, of course, whenever we organize something for the tribe, you're already in Connections 50 plus. Jennifer, does that sound difficult?
Oh, I was thinking, as I said, on there was weekend had the show, the East Horticultural. Remember we had
a flower show at Wassa Farm Road, yeah.
Right. So they had that, and a friend called and said, "You want to go on?" I said, "Of course." And that was just something would have been nice now that we're chatting, but something like that, because we do have many in the tribe who always talk about plants, and they like, may not have known, they would not have known about it. Something like that. You put on and say, hey, this show coming up, let's go. I don't think you left out anything, Terry Ann.
Whatever it is, the fact of the matter is that we know it is a challenge to meet people, and we know it is difficult sometimes. You want to do something, but I don't know who to go with. I have nobody to go with. We are saying your tribe is here for you, and we have the WhatsApp group. All you have to do, and I'm saying it doesn't have to be a big event. It doesn't have to be whatever it is. You just tap into the WhatsApp group. Hey, I feel like doing this evening, next 2 weeks, tomorrow. If you want to go and see Cheryl in Barbados, say, Cheryl, coming to Barbados. You're wrong. That we have an outlet where, as a tribe, we can still connect with a human being and not because this AI business is going to continue. The world is going to get very, very busy. And while as we age, we lose friends, we lose family, we lose relatives, our circle is going to become smaller. That's part of life. That's part of life.
Yeah.
But our tribe is here to supplement that. And I think it is great. You could, so you, if you need transport, we could arrange to have the transport people as part of the group. So if you want transport, they'll come and say, I could get a 7-seater, I could get a regular car, I could get a maxi, a big one or a small one. So you don't have to worry about, oh God, how we all get there and how we coming back home,
Yep.
your safety and all that kind of stuff. I think that is a very, very important service that our cohort needs and will need more as we go into the future, because many of us we may live with other people, but our connections are weaker and weaker, and we are not interacting with other human beings. So, yeah, that's connectors. Okay.
So no more being lonely.
Yeah. No more. No, but before you even get to the stage of being lonely, no more being frustrated because you want to do something, but you have nobody to do it with. Something as simple as that. You know, you're frustrated. I have no transport to get there. I don't know how to get it. And I just want 1 or 2 people. But you'd be surprised by just putting out there a group of 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 15 or 20, you all might end up going somewhere and having a rollicking fun time, getting your transport to go and come back. And why not? This is how we are meant to enjoy life on the third act. Not only watching Jennifer and Terry talk. We've got to meet one another also. And if Jennifer and I see something there that looking interesting, who say we're not coming to? Of course we coming to.
Of course.
But we don't have to be involved. That's the point. We don't have to. Yes. So Jennifer, you're looking forward to that?
All the time. As I say, I'm an outdoor person. I mean, I love being home, but I love going out too. I like to give that support also, you know, because I could, you know, reaching out to others, that's my thing. That's my thing. And I really encourage, you know, members of our tribe to say, yeah, you want to do something, reach out.
Yeah.
And sure you would have someone who will be interested to do it with you. It could be just 2 persons, you know, but it could reach up to, you just don't know. You put it out there and
Yeah.
So
and as I said, when we were, just as an example, you know, sometimes we think, oh gosh, we are 50 plus. Everything is not a party and a lime. You know, it could be any topic. What you may need assistance, you may just need company, you may just wanna go out and you pack a picnic, you bring a sandwich in a bag. Yeah, no money is okay. You bring a sandwich in a bag and all you meet somewhere and sit down and watch the birds, watch children play or something like that. And you know, Jennifer, one of the things while we were in the pool at the Arboretum, we had Sandra Xavier, Sister Sandra was with us, and we were talking about everyone knows that we are both Roman Catholics. This is the year of Jubilee, and many of the Roman Catholics are making pilgrimages to the sacred sites. And she was bringing up the fact that she's organizing this group to go to Grenada to visit their sacred sites. And about 5 of the people said, we want to come too. Can we come too? And so it just goes to show it's anything and everything where people who are like-minded can get together to share time, go in safety, go in numbers, have a good time. We do not have to be left back while the world deals with AI agents and everybody's faces and the telephone, because we have the wisdom to know that they think the human is not important, but the human is very important. And we are not going to be part of the people trying to scramble out of the chaos of losing human connection. No, no, no. Not if we are around. So to repeat again, the first step is you have to be part of our WhatsApp group. So here's the QR code again. You can, if you call your grandchild, you could watch this, you could look back on YouTube or Facebook or rewind the Guile program, pause it, and let them do the QR code. Or you can message one of us and we will send you the link to join, or you could go onto Facebook or Instagram and you can join using the link, or send us and say, Victoria, you could join me in the group. I want to connect.
Yeah. Whichever is more convenient and you're more comfortable with doing.
Yeah. And it is, as Jennifer said, it's so important. Friendship is going to be the lost art. That art of connecting with people, being able to be empathetic, to be social, to communicate and to talk. While these people, or the younger people, are dying from loneliness, we will find the cure and we will survive it. Our end will not be from loneliness, depression. So
we have a lot too. We have a lot, things that we can do. I was saying, let me just make this point too. Someone asked me about they like the reading and being involved in poetry and listening to others, do readings. And I was saying, I recall we had something like that already, where we had Lynette Tyson Noel, when Lynette launched her book.
Woman Know Your Worth. Yeah, the bus stop.
Right.
Yes.
She was able to come and do readings and that. So we can do that. If somebody is interested in that, you make arrangements and you have the readings or whatever.
Start a book club. A group can start a book club.
So it's things that is not stuck. We're not stuck with one type of activity or thing for you to do. Whatever you like, put it out there. You will be surprised to know there are many people who will share that same interest with you.
So, it doesn't have to be a book club. I know I like to look at these long involved podcasts. They'll be 2 hours, 2.5 hours, some about 3 hours long. We could do a podcast club. So I could share the podcast and then we could get together somewhere to talk about it over some wine, preferably.
And that, Terry, and being very modern, as you said, because I was saying recently, I think I mentioned to you that before I used to do a lot of reading, and I don't read again, but when I was speaking and you pointed that out, I was referring to more books. And you said, but look, you're always online reading. I much prefer, for me now, we say, look at a podcast than go read a book. You understand? So I like that idea.
Book. So, and the thing is, we would
join you in that.
Yeah, we could be geographically close, and also to the extent that we have people who look on globally. Listen, WhatsApp video chats can be the way you can connect. Zoom, for those who have the connectivity, those can be ways to connect. So this is not just a geographical connection. So if there's a podcast that's of interest, put it up on the WhatsApp chat. And then, in fact, I put up a podcast recently and I will start it.
Yes.
I will put on and say, how many of us want to get together somewhere that we could talk about this whole topic? And where you come from, whether it's a digital conversation or a face-to-face conversation. Digital only for people who are abroad or geographically fired, as though we have to meet. You have to
Yes, so these meetups have to be face to face to really, really build that sort of a friendship.
So
Yeah.
we'll have book clubs, we'll have podcast clubs, we'll have video clubs. And the thing is, we meet, and it's not, we're not gonna get hung up on cost. We're not gonna get hung up. When you meet, everybody bring and share. Everybody bring and share. If you want to meet at a restaurant, you all do something that everyone who's there can afford. They have some cheap buffets, the front places, you go and do it. And of course, this does not preempt Jennifer and I organizing our events, our big events, and so
Oh
on.
yeah, the big events, yeah.
Definitely, definitely. We want to make sure, and as I'm saying, I'm very concerned. That is my thing now. These AI agents and people in the world thinking that humans can be very easily replaced. But the thing that will be replaced is human connectivity, which is a very vital part of how we maintain our quality of life. And this is our effort at making sure that does not happen to our tribe. So
that you remain connected with each other, face to face.
Connectors. 50 plus
Face to face.
connectors, definitely. So, Jennifer, I think we had a great, great event. As I said again, we want to really thank, and we're going to have some pictures scrolling at the end for you to see some of what you missed. And we are really, really thankful for everybody who came in, everybody who facilitated. And Jennifer, what was really, really, really great is having Cindy Musio around. So many people, so many people. Cindy was like a private little consultant. You put Cindy in the corner. Oh, I have this in my knee, this in my back, this in
mobility issues.
Mobility issues. And it really, so I really want to say again, thanks Cindy being there. And a lot of people told me she was so generous with her advice and telling people what they need to do and so on. And that's what's being on a tribe is all about. So Cindy, thank you so very much, so very, very much for being there. Again, Candy Crush, our drivers. All right. There's Mark and then Chris out of the Yellow Umbrella for your services, and also the Arboretum and the New Haven and our walking trail tour guide, knowledgeable
Fun with us.
people. Yeah. Everyone was so accommodating. Sometimes, Jennifer, we sit down and complain about. I really encounter, and jump on me if you want to jump on me, but I really encounter very few very unpleasant people in the public space when I go out, You might get more too, but
it's your approach.
Yeah.
Definitely approach, and some people, they approach you quarreling.
Even if they're quarreling, I'm quarreling back.
They have a determined already way of thinking. So if you don't respond in that negative fashion, you're not looking for.
But what I'm saying is that person is the exception. Most people that we encounter are positive, are optimistic, they're smiling, they're laughing. When you listen to people, you'll think everybody is a sourpuss, grumpy, crotchety. That person is the wild exception. And very often, once you look around, you could see, all right, that caused it. But generally, most people that you encounter, especially as we do events and we go around the place, they're enthusiastic, they're positive, they really are very good at what they do. So let's get out and meet some more of them. I want us to do that. So everyone, enjoy the slideshow of highlights of our Chaguaramas 6th anniversary tour. And don't forget, get yourself onto the WhatsApp group and let us start connecting. Great. Okay. Bye. See you.
A little wave. Yeah.
Perfect setup. My name's Cheryl and it's my first time in Trinidad. I came in contact with 5.8G Alive last year and I've connected well with them and it's been a lot of fun, been watching the programs and everything. And it's their 6th anniversary, so I was invited to come along and I'm really excited to be here. It's great. It's this beautiful surroundings and I'm having a great time. Bye-bye.
50 Plus Tribe and followers from Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean.
Thank you for joining us on this Connections 50 Plus 5.8G Alive show.
We hope you enjoyed the lively conversation and look forward to seeing you next week.
Don't forget to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We really love getting your feedback. Bye for now.